Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to you on Business Today Television. We start Monday on the front foot after 3 consecutive weeks of selling pressure on the Nifty. For the moment, the index has reclaimed 25,000 points, up 94. It's at 2562. The intraday low on the index today was substantially below 25,900. Let me just get the right number for you. 24,882 was the low, and from then on we've had a nice bounce coming in. 24,882 is a 1 month low. Over the last 3 continuous weeks of selling pressure, the index had lost somewhere like 780, 790, 800 points or so, and that was because of the lack of a US India trade pact that was supposed to happen on 9th of July. It didn't. It's getting delayed repeatedly. Now the new deadline is July 31st. What was also harming sentiment was the SEBI order that came against FII Jane Street about manipulating the derivatives market for the last 2 years. That had also hit sentiment. Today news comes in that after Jane Street deposited an interim fine of 4,300 crore rupees, SEBI has allowed the foreign institutional quant trader to restart its work. So with these two things in mind, you have a very nice move that is coming into the index, a bounce from 24,880 to 25,062. That itself is 120 plus 60 to 180 points from the intraday low, and of course a very, very sharp bounce from a 1 month low. Remember, in the early part of June, late July, the Nifty had hit 25,600, and from then on there was distinct selling pressure in the market. Last maybe 15 odd sessions have seen negative closes in about 11, and overall the index did lose somewhere like 700, 800 points or so. The bank Nifty in top shape. You had a bank set of earnings coming in from HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank. HDFC Bank disappointed dramatically, but it's announced a 1:1 bonus, so that's sort of helped sentiment. But 500 points higher on the Nifty Bank, which was also at a 1 month low on Friday's close. Overall, the sentiment is quite strong on Dalal Street, just as investors buy into value after a 3-week decline. Nifty Financial Services Index is the top gainer, 1.4% higher. The metals index has added 1% because the government has been making the right noises as far as hunting for critical metals, rare earth metals is concerned. Lots of SOPs coming in, and therefore you see a nice bounce in the metals index. In fact, if you look at the top volume busters, you will find a lot of metals counters. MMTC up 5% at 71.72 rupees. You have a strong move coming into National Aluminium. GMDC is also looking pretty good. Very strong volume coming in the first 1.5 hours of trade in all these counters, and that's how gains are stacked up. Any 52-week highs? Yes, Dalmia Bharat from the cement space, 1.25% higher, 2280. You have the continued presence of Ultratech Cement, fresh record high, 12,657. Even Gujarat Ambuja Cement is doing pretty well. HDFC AMC, 5607 in the green. You must remember that this month's June month's FI number, SIP number stands at about 27,000 crore rupees on a monthly basis. That's a fresh record high, and that's how gains are getting stacked up. What is also very, very interesting is counters such as Aadhar Housing Finance, fresh record high here, 513. The intraday high was 525. So fresh move coming into Aadhar Housing. Breakouts, if you see, that are happening on the daily charts are in the form of Royal Orchid Hotels doing pretty well. The stock has grown substantially over the last 1 week or so. If you see the price today, you have a strong move coming into at 437. The rally has been going on for 5-7 days in a row, and this is a fresh record high that has come in. Similarly, Blue Jet Pharma, this is a company that we've been talking since its IPO. Blue Jet Healthcare, 1,000 rupees, a fresh record high coming in here. And of course, you have a strong move in companies such as KIOCL, Mastech. Mastech is the top gainer as far as the Nifty 500 is concerned. At the moment at 2760, the counter is up 10.5%. So this is probably earnings led, and of course strong moves when you see coming into counters such as VST Tillers, 6.5% higher at 4,485. Hatson Agro, 5.7% higher, 1,003. And of course companies like MMTC and KPEL, both of them up between 5.5%. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what needs to be seen is how the markets react from these levels. We've had a July which has been for the last 3 weeks or so pretty painful, but the rally before July was for 4 months, 4 consecutive months: April, March, April, May, June. The index closed at successive highs, and it added somewhere in the vicinity of 3,900 points in that uptick, and some of that uptick has been now sold into people booking profit after 4 sustained months of buying pressure. And that's profit booking is mainly because first quarter earnings across the board have disappointed a lot. Nothing coming in from TCS, Infosys, Wipro, HCL Tech, Tech Mahindra. These were the 5 tech companies which are a part of the Nifty. All 5 of them disappointed long-term shareholders. No worthwhile guidance, no growth in revenue which was substantial or could be talked about, which could enthuse long-term shareholders. All 5 of them have lost ground, and that has also hit sentiment on the Nifty. HDFC Bank, which is the highest weighted stock, also disappointed investors in terms of how its top line and net interest income grew, and that has dampened sentiment on the Nifty further. Before Monday, the stock had closed for 3 successive down days, a high of 2021 to a low of 1953. 1:1 bonus helps sentiment, but nothing much in terms of what we could do in terms of a good set of earnings. Only ICICI Bank has come up with a good set of numbers, and the counter is doing extremely well. Gap up today, and of course it's positioning itself for a fresh record high. The intraday high is 1437, the all-time high is 1471. So you will see a lot of activity coming into ICICI Bank. From the FMCG space, you have Shriram Finance moving 0.5% higher. You have Geo Finance adding 0.8%. So these are good counters that are doing fairly well in trade. And of course, you have new highs in the form of some names that I'd like to say. Gujarat Apollo, 460 rupees, 3.5% higher. You have NACL Industries. This is something that's been purchased by the Murugappa Group, 315, again 5% higher almost. You have Aadhar Housing Finance, which I've marked. You have HDFC AMC at a record high, and of course there is no stopping Paradeep. This is a fertilizer stock, up 8% at 185.9. So pockets of strength coming into the markets, but now a triple digit gain on the Nifty. So that's a big relief after 3 successive weeks of selling pressure, and value coming back into the market at 1 month lows. You have lots of buying happening. let's see how delivery volumes stack up. But traders, investors taking hope at 1 month lows, and that is what the state of the market is at this point of time, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back at 2 p.m. and we'll take it further. But news continues on Business Today Television. Continue watching.